And thank you both for being here. President Biden stated with your renomination, Chairman, that you would use your authority to address the threat that climate changes poses to our financial system. As you know, if we allow temperatures to rise above another 2 degrees this century, we are surrendering the planet and our environment to corporate polluters, accepting, of course, the disruption to our agriculture, our trade, migration on a massive, unprecedented scale, and the devastating public health impacts. And Chairman, you should know this is so personal for me because I'm seeing it firsthand in Michigan, where Wayne County hasn't met Clean Air Act standards since 2013. This is the largest populated county in Michigan. And not only with record floods that have impacted families during the pandemic, you're talking about 4 times alone to some households over the summer. It is devastating. We need to do something about it, and I know it directly impacts our economy. So Chairman Powell, can you outline precisely what your plan is to fulfill that commitment to address climate risks to our financial system?
I'd be glad to. So the Fed has a couple of ways that we will address climate that are important, but they're not by themselves going to be enough. The first of which is just to supervise and regulate financial institutions, particularly the large ones, to make sure that they understand the risks that they're running and can manage them. The second really is, from a financial stability standpoint, climate change has potentially significant effects on financial stability and also on the broader economy. So we do a lot of research. Our researchers are some of the ones around the globe who are doing the original research to understand the pathway of climate change through the financial system and the economy. And those are within our mandate to supervise firms and look after financial stability. We will be incorporating climate change very much into those mandates.
So you know, and I know you've heard it, between 2016 to 2020, banks provided, $3.8 trillion in direct fossil fuel financing, with most of that investment coming from banks that are holding companies under the Fed's supervision. And I know you're talking about oversight here. But the acting controller of the currency, Michael Hsu, has announced that the OCC plans to issue supervisory guidance on climate risk by the end of the year. Chairman, does the Fed intend to join this guidance? Why or why not?
I don't think we'll join this specific guidance. We're very much tracking and in discussions with the OCC. I think we will move to certainly to provide guidance, and I think all the agencies want to have consistent or identical, ideally guidance. I don't think we'll actually be in a position to join this specific guidance at this time, but we'll get there.
And you know the OCC will also begin examining how large banks are addressing climate risk as part of the examination starting in 2022. So does the Fed plan on conducting a similar assessment in 2022? And what is the Fed planning to do on assessing climate risk to banks face in 2022?
So in 2022, we're already deep into dialogue, and again, particularly with the largest financial institutions. That's really where a lot of the work is going on right now. Ongoing dialogue with all of them, and they are, by the way, they're doing the same thing we're doing, just trying to understand the implications of climate change for their business model, for the things that they do, and also what we're thinking about is what's the appropriate supervisory approach? How do we do this? Which tools do we use? For example, climate scenario analysis.
On behalf of my residents, I hope dialogue turns into guidance and accountability. Finally, I'm glad you've allowed the leadership of other central banks, in joining. You joined the network for greening the financial system last year. Really appreciate it. But as Governor Bernard has indicated, the U.S. still trails other countries in, quote, measuring, monitoring, managing climate-related financial risks. And we need to, quote, governor said, we need to catch up. And they go on to say, Chairman Powell, about how far back we are in regards to having much more active role. And so, Chairman Powell, the European Central Bank has announced the climate risk will guide its monetary policy. Will the Federal Reserve do the same? Are you actually aggressively looking at taking this kind of a approach?
So, I'm focused on the United States and our existing mandates.
Is that a no?
Well,
it's no right now.
It's a sort of a broader question than a yes or no.
They're saying, okay, we're going to use climate risk to guide our monetary policy.
Okay, specifically, narrowly then, I would say we're not doing that now. I think that's something we'll do in the longer run, but no, we're not doing it.
Not now, okay. As a result of the ECB's initial supervisory review revealed that the banks face material risks from climate risk, yet have failed to meet the supervisory expectations laid out by the regulators. Chairman Powell, do you have a similar comprehensive information about how U.S. banks are positioned? I'll submit the question.
We're developing that.
You are good.
We're in the
That's
development
excellent.
phase on that.
Okay,
The
thank you.
gentlewoman's time has expired.